Hello, boys and girls. This is your language arts lesson for Monday, May 18th. This week, you're going to read the story, A Birthday Basket for Tia. And we're going to learn a lot this week about family celebrations. So let's take a look in your Reading Street book at pages 426 and 427. So, what do you think's happening here? Look at the two boys with the baby. I think that they are celebrating the birth of a brand new baby, that a brand new baby's coming into their family. So that is one thing that is worth celebrating. Let's take another look at the big picture here. The boy, he is, who's pictured in the big photo? Well, there's a boy and possibly his grandfather. Family members get together for celebrations, and he's dressed in traditional clothing. So it looks like they're having some sort of a traditional family celebration. And then if we look at this other photo, this woman, and the birthday cake has candles that say 100. So it looks like this woman is celebrating her 100th birthday. Good for her. So there are lots of reasons to celebrate. I am going to play yours Big Book song. Sing with me, Big Book. So here you go.
Tradition is important to all kinds of cultures. Tradition is important to family groups too. Each group celebration and each conversation and every family custom unites us like glue.
So one thing we're going to focus on in our phonics this week is final syllables. So I've got a couple of pages here. Pages 428 and 429 in your Reading Street book. So you are learning about the shuns and the shurs and the un. So here you have some sound spelling cards. So lotion is one of those words that ends with T-I-O-N and it says shun. Onion is spelled I-O-N at the end. And then furniture is a chur. So it's T-U-R-E. And here are some words I can blend. So blend them with me, boys and girls. Picture, so that's a T-U-R-E one. Station, that's a shun with the T. Question, that's another shun with the T. Fashion is spelled I-O-N like onion. And future is a chur like furniture. Furniture, future. So we have some sentences I can read below. Number 1, read them out loud with me, please. A picture of that train is hanging in the station. And you see station is a shun with a T-I-O-N. Sentence number 2. Can you answer my question about the latest fashion? So we've got question and fashion. Number 3. In the future, James will ask for things he needs. So that's a chur. Future, like furniture. And yeah, future. All right, so let's look at the next page. I can read. So go ahead and read this out loud with me. Julie likes books. What kind of books? Julie likes all kinds. She would read 1,000,000 books if she could. She reads fiction and nonfiction. She reads action stories and adventure stories. She reads math books about fractions and art books about sculpture. She even reads picture books. If you ask Julie a question about the books she likes most, she will tell you. The most exciting book she ever read was about creatures on a space station in the future. So you have learned final syllables: shun, sure, and un. Now you are ready to work in your Readers and Writers notebook on page 505. So you are going to circle a word with shun, sure, or un to finish the sentence. So all of your word choices are over to the right. You've got this sentence here, and here the choices are portion or pasture. I saw a horse in the, pasture would make sense. The rest of the page you're going to do on your own. You can pause the video while you do that. Now we're going to do a little work on drawing conclusions. So I have a little video here to show you.
Draw conclusions. Drawing conclusions is a very important part of reading. Do you know how to draw conclusions? You start by thinking about what you already know about something. Look at the girl skateboarding down the hill. What do you already know about what you see here?
I already know that it's important to wear a helmet and elbow and knee pads because skateboarding can be risky. I also know that it would be hard to skate downhill because the skateboarder would be moving faster.
If this picture was a part of a story you were reading, you might learn some other things. Maybe you would learn that the girl was skateboarding downhill for the first time. You use your prior knowledge and new information to learn more about the characters and the plot of the story. Using what you already know, you might draw the conclusion that the girl is happy and proud. How do you know that? From the picture, you can see that the girl is smiling. This lets you know that she is happy. You can also see that her friend is clapping. That can make her feel happy too. You see, by using your prior knowledge and what you have read, you can learn more about the character and the plot. Now that should make you happy and proud too.
Okay, so we're going to open up our Reading Street book and take a look at more stuff about drawing conclusions. So open up your book. I have a picture here of pages 430 and 431. Let's look at these little bullet points about the drawing conclusions. So when you read, you can draw conclusions or figure out more about the characters and events in a story. Use evidence from the text to make conclusions. Use what you learned about draw conclusions and a diagram like the one below as you read Empty Eggshells. So you can diagram that if you feel like it'll help you. It's one strategy for helping you understand what you're reading. And then another strategy we're working on is questioning. So good readers ask themselves literal and relevant questions before, during, and after they read. As you read Empty Eggshells, write your questions about the text on a sheet of paper. Look for evidence from the text to answer your questions. Share your questions with a partner. So we're going to read through Empty Eggshells. I would like you guys to read along with me. Read out loud. It really helps you with your fluency. When Danny arrived early for George's party, he saw a carton of eggs. But they were just empty eggshells with a hole at the top. No egg inside. "What do we do with these?" Danny asked. "First, we will paint the eggshells. Next, we will fill each egg with tiny bits of paper," George told him. "Then my mother will glue paper over each hole." So the strategy here says ask a question here, such as, what does the family do with the empty eggshells first? What do they do next? So we'll continue reading. Before the party, George's father hid the painted eggs in the apartment. All the children went on an egg hunt, and all the eggs were found. Then, surprise! George cracked one open over the top of Danny's head. The colored paper rained down. Danny laughed and laughed. Soon, everyone at the party was cracking casaneros over one another's heads. And the second little skill box says, here you can make a conclusion about George and Danny. Do you think they are friends? How do you know? So now you have a worksheet in your Readers and Writers Notebook about drawing conclusions. And this is on page 507. It says read the story, look at the picture, follow the directions. So you're going to read this very short story. It's one paragraph. Then you're going to circle the word that best finishes each sentence. So you have the choices and then the sentence. And then the choices for number 2 and then the sentence. And then on the bottom, write a sentence to tell why the children swung at the piñata. So that is page 507 in your Readers and Writers Notebook. Next up, you have your vocabulary words. And these are the words: aunt, bank, basket, collects, favorite, and present. So you are going to pick a word from the box to finish each sentence and write the word on the line. So there are the sentences. Here are the answer choices. And then you will conclude your lesson today by reading an example of an invitation letter. So your writing assignment for this week is going to be to write an invitation letter. So it's a lot like the format for a friendly letter. You have your greeting with a comma, the body of the letter, the closing, and the signature. So you're going to read this invitation, and then let's read the key features of an invitation letter. It asks someone to come to a planned event. It gives details about where and when the event will be, and it has a greeting and a closing. So here you go. That's your writing for the week. You're not going to write it today. We're going to go over this more. So I just want you to read this example. So read the example and just note the key features. So that's it for today, and I will see you guys at the Zoom meeting. Okay, have a great day. Bye.